Okay, so here we are for the battle against TJP for IBL Semifinals, and he brings like none of the things that I was expecting, like genuinely, just none of the threats. No gouging is wild. There's that, I'm flummoxed right now. What else was on this team? No Iron Bundle. No Florges, whatever. This is the freest close combat I think I have ever seen. Assault Vest Metagross is going to have to put in a lot of work here. Also, Mirror Herb Tech, firstly, it's not going to pay off. But it'd be what I do. And yeah, I'm just going to lead off with my Ursaring. It was my planned lead. They did bring a spinner, so actually the spike maybe not the most useful, but at the same time, it still can do some work here. Wow, I obviously heavily prepped for for Gouging Fire and Iron Bundle, and neither have turned up. Like, Bundle in particular is wild to me, because I did not have a good switch in. Thank you, Ellie. I'm going to lock that in. He is Terra Poison on his Hoopa, kind of what I expected, and he is Terra Dragon on Cryogonal, which I certainly did not expect. And I can't pretend like I did expect it. I did not. Yeah, this is probably going to be like Hoopa lead, not Hoopa lead. Okay, this is not bad lead for me at all. I'll happily just click EQ. Maybe you T-Spikes. Are you going to T-Spike lead? I'm happy to get an Earthquake, that's for sure. It's a solid 70%. And they do T-Spike. Okay. Well, worse things have happened. It's going to be Black Sludge, to be expected. T-Spikes don't affect too much of my team. In fact, it realistically helps my Ursaring, and it's only going to affect Greninja, which was never meant to stick around much anyway. And Tusk that's going to come in, click a button, and get the fuck out. So, yeah, I don't mind that all too much. I can go for a Body Slam here, because I need some chip on the Dondozo, and this would give me said chip on Dondozo. LOL Boost comes in. How much is Body Slam going to do? Not a great deal. We do get the Para. And I think on this, it's Rocky Helmet as well. Good to know. I actually think on this I want to go out into Rotom. They don't have a good switch into this. They didn't bring the Torterra, obviously. But I don't think this can do all that much damage to me. I'm probably going to be wrong, but Rotom also was mainly here just for getting some chip on gouging and just not being OHKO'd, getting T-Wave off, getting a Reflect up. So realistically, it would be the most expendable mon. They do go for a Liquidation. Not going to do half. We're going to get a little bit more chip. They get a defense drop, which sucks. Yeah, a little bit more damage. And honestly, I'm just going to Volt. The Reflects doesn't necessarily, I think, do too much to help me in this game. So, yeah, it's going to be straight back into this. Which makes sense. And I think unless I have to, I'm not gonna take the T-Spike. So as much as I would like to bring a fucking why is Metagross flying like that, as much as I would, you know, question here is, do I just, I mean, I can literally just knock off for free into this team. It is unbelievably free into this team, actually. So I'll just knock. And if this is the Dondozo, then we're going to get rid of that Rocky Helmet. It's under half. Yeah, we take a little bit of chip, but I think that's okay. And I'm just going to Grass Knot and take this thing out. Okay, Dondozo gone. So, plan went pretty well for that. This is not a mon they enjoy switching into either. Speaking of mons we don't enjoy switching into, there is a whole ass Hoopa Unbound about to come in. Just a little bit scary. Just a little bit spooky. But I think Metagross might be too important to let go down now. So do I go out into Rotom? I might well do that. We don't take a hit. I can almost assure that we don't take a hit from Hoopa. Actually, you know what? Depends on their investment. If they're adamant, then fuck no. We do not take a hit. But I'm not willing to let anything else take that damage right now. Rotom is pretty free to just click buttons here, but at the same time, this is a problem for me, so I need to deal with the problem. On top of that, we do get to scout a little bit on what it can do. It's going to go for knockoff, and it does take me out. Okay. If you are choice locked, then you are fairly free to go into. The alternative is I actually just go into Ursaring and I claim my kill. Because I don't think there's anything that actually wants to take this hit. If we are poisoned, I don't think anything... Like, Hoopa would possibly take one. If it's max HP, max defense. Yeah, I think that's the best play. Body Slam should do a lot of damage to pretty much everything here. I don't think there's going to be a good switch in for them. So yeah, I'll just go for the Body Slam. Like, this has to be max HP, max defense to live. They just knock. Okay. So I'll take this trade. I'll always take this trade. It's going to knock it out. Okay, Ursaring. Let's fucking go, dude. He's just absolutely carrying the early game. Now, we don't get to really hit a lot, but I will preserve it because there shouldn't be much that comes in that immediately threatens me. If Hawlucha comes in, I think that might have to be the one thing that I stay in and attack. Realistically, everything else I should be okay against. Yeah, Hawlucha comes in. Like, we do still have Terra Fairy Salamence, that after a DD actually looks like it kind of just sweeps up. Not going to be an immediate, like, potential to sweep, but still. Question is, do I want to keep this over other things? No, I don't. I'm just going to Body Slam in case they try to SD or anything like that. They're just going to CC, but Ursaring, you have absolutely once again done your job. Are you White Herb? Because you might also just be Mold Breaker. You're not Mold Breaker. We've seen that you're not Mold Breaker. You are not White Herb? You are not White Herb. Okay. So I can go into Ments here. Gonna get the Intimidate off. And I will Terror, and I'm gonna click Dragon Dance. I don't think there's any downside to this. Just out of curiosity. We saw how much that Slowking took from Ursaring earlier in the game without the poison. I don't think the Slowking is going to be physically defensive. Nope. So Salamence at +1 will knock it out. The only problem would then be Indeedee. But Indeedee shouldn't live a hit. You're probably Psychic Seed. I'm going to go ahead and do this. As they do withdraw. Sir Force comes out. That's going to be Indeedee. Now, if you are Choice Scarf, you'll do a lot of damage. But then again, it depends on whether or not you actually outspeed this, because you might not. I guess we'll find out. So, yeah. Terra Blast. By Terra Fairy. Yeah, that always kills. Unless you're like max HP. Nah, that's just going to kill. I assume Hawlucha's going to come in next. And it's going to get the Psychic Seed, and because of Mirror Herb, we'll also get the Psychic Seed. Kind of funny. And Acrobatics shouldn't do any more than half. That's about the Intimidate. So Salamence might be in a good spot here. Might be in a very good spot. Does Cryo? I mean, Cryo, even if it does live one, I don't think Flash Cannon's going to do enough. Unless you're like Specs. Max HP might just die. If it's max HP, it might just die to the Terra Blast. Hexaflakes comes in. I think he knows he's got to get that damage on me. So I'm just going to Terra Blast again. And if this isn't max HP, then it will drop. It's not max HP, so that just drops. I think this might be Salamence once again swooping up. Is this Mon a little bit stupid? Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, even a crit Acrobatics won't do enough. Yeah, there's a Psychic Seed. Just for the fun of it, show the Mirror Herb. It was not intended for this whatsoever, but here we are. I'm just going to Terra Blast. Like, Adamant Acrobatics doesn't do enough. Yeah, even a crit wouldn't knock me out. Terra Blast 1000% takes this out. And then we just Earthquake the Slowking, and I think that should be game. And if it's not game on that turn, sure as hell will be game when I click Banded Headlong Rush into it. So yeah, in comes Brainiac. That's got a little bit of chip on it. That should be the chip we need for Earthquake to kill. And you know what? We might even live a Sludge Bomb because of the Psychic Seed, but we don't need it. Salamence is just far too broken. And yeah, no Gouging Fire Iron Bundles certainly made that game a lot easier for me. Good game to TJP. Make sure to go check them out. Link will be down in the description below. They've had a fantastic season, but we are going to make finals with a 4-0 win. I know who'll be playing in finals, but I'm not going to spoil it. You have to go and check out the other game. Like if you enjoyed the battle, subscribe, and until next one, have a great day, guys. Peace.